Welcome back to another video from me, and also welcome to a very wet England. It's been raining for the past month or so here pretty much constantly, and my garden is getting ruined. Um, what I wanted to do today is a video after putting out a little poll on I think it was a 3D and 360 photographers Facebook page. Basically just put out a little poll just asking what videos people would like to see me do, and one of the options was on FTP hosting, and that came out way on top. So here we go. I'm going to focus on using FTP hosting with 3D Vista because that's what I use. However, hopefully, I'm not sure with other systems how they export the files, but it should be pretty much the same across the board. And so we'll jump into the hosting software that I use, and show you how to take the settings from your hosting across to your FTP client and get all that set up, and then we'll run through a quick export on 3D Vista as well, just to show you how the whole process is done. If you have any questions at any point, then please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's roll the intro and get cracking. Okay, so here we go. I wanted to start off on this page. This is basically who I use for my own website hosting, a company called 20i. They are a UK-based hosting company, which is why I moved to them, because obviously I'm based in the UK. Even though I do use a content delivery network, which they've just recently launched, their service is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, the hosting is very quick, considering that my website is full of photos and embedded tours and all sorts of stuff. So if you are looking for hosting, then I would highly recommend them. Obviously it would still work overseas, so yeah, definitely check them out. Now, I've just realised I haven't actually thought exactly what route I'm going to take with this. So if I do go all over the place, then you're going to have to bear with me. And you may have noticed as well that the sound has improved somewhat since my last videos, because I've just bought a new microphone. So hopefully you can hear me a bit better and it's not so terrible. So to start off with, this is my main dashboard, and this is the part here, the FTP details that matter. So what I'm going to do here is just, obviously I'm not going to show you my password. I don't want people logging in and hacking my website. But what I will do is I use a program which is probably one of the most popular ones, called FileZilla. And this is basically where all of the files are actually hosted. So if I connect to my account on here, connect. Oh, hang on, I've just got to unlock this quickly. So another great thing is that you can't actually do anything on here unless you manually unlock your FTP, which is really good, or you can actually unlock it via your IP address permanently, which is yeah, a great little security feature. So let's try this again. Connect. There we go. So to start off with, obviously my website is built on WordPress. If you are looking to host tours yourself and you have a website with Wix or Squarespace or one of those companies that basically does all the hosting for you, then it is slightly different because they don't allow you access to your FTP. So what you would need to do is get a separate domain to host your tours on, and then link off from your website to your tours. So all of my website information is under my public HTML folder here. And what I've done is I basically just created another folder just by right-clicking and creating a directory called Client Tours. Now, what that will do is my website, which is based under my public HTML, is nickpowellphotography.com, and then it creates a /client tours and then I put in a folder within that all of my tours for different clients that I've worked with. So quite a few in here, yeah, I mean, I would say that the easiest way to do it is to keep all of the text lowercase, because obviously, and connected as well with hyphens, because this is basically the URL that's going to be created. So in order to connect to your FTP, what you do is you take your FTP details here, and so your server name is here, and that would go in. Let's go back to my site manager. I've actually got a separate one for specific for 20i, which is a little bit faster. And then your username is normally your website, and then the password and port. I've just put in as 21, which is a standard port number on there. And yeah, what I'll show you in a second is how to export the files and then import them into here. So if we use this one here, which we're going to look at in a second, which is Bespoke Sound and Vision, which is a home cinema company based in Brighton in East Sussex in the UK. The reason I'm going to choose this one is because it's quite a small tour, and I'm doing a bit of work on them, just updating a few bits and pieces anyway. So if we go into 3D Vista here, and I've got it already at the top. So if I click on that, it's just going to load the project for us. And we'll make a couple of changes, and then I'll show you the files that are created and what you need to do with them. So if I go into, I have made some changes anyway, but if I go into the demo room here, hotspots, okay, right, let's just click on this. Will give some of you who haven't seen 3D Vista yet another little insight into it and how easy it is to use. If you are interested in finding out more about 3D Vista, then I will link the review that I did a while ago now. In fact, I'm thinking about doing an updated one very soon, because a few things have changed in here. But yeah, I'll link the video up in the top right hand corner now. So let's just open this info window here. So what I've got is I've got an image in there, body text. Right, okay, so let's just add something at the top here. Set my screen. Okay, just like so. I have done all the updates for them earlier on today, so there's not too much that I need to change on here. Let's just check everything else. I've got this one here. This one here I might need to change because I've changed the text. I'm not going to go through too much and bore you with it all. So railway, change it to that, which is the font I've been using for them, and then change it to bold. Okay, excellent. So that's all of our changes done. So let's imagine that we've just created a tour in 3D Vista. As I said, or any other software, hopefully it is very, very similar the way that it exports. I'm just going to change one more thing. Change my cap because this has changed now, and then I'm going to apply this to this one here as well. Right, just make sure that's done. Yes, it is. Good stuff. Okay, so now we've finished the tour. Now we want to publish it, so we click on publish in the bottom right hand corner, and there's a number of options with 3D Vista that you can do. So the first one we want to choose here is to publish for web and mobile. As you may know, that they do offer their own hosting service. To be honest, I personally haven't used it because I started off from the beginning with my own hosting because I wanted it all to be under my domain. But it is very, very good. I've heard their hosting is very, very fast. It's very reliable. So if you are looking for an easier route and a quicker route, definitely look into this. If you do sign up for 3D Vista, again, I'll put the link in the description below to get a discount off that. Then you will get 3 months worth of free hosting as well with them. You can also publish here as a standalone player, so that basically publishes it as a exe file that you can put on like a USB stick or DVD or something like that, or on the VR goggles. You can publish to Facebook and YouTube as a 360 video, and also to Google Street View. And I have done a separate video on that, which I will again link up in the top right now. So just making sure that we've got all the settings on here. So publish settings, compatibility with Gear VR, Oculus 5 and mobile phones, Oculus Go compatibility. I don't use any of these. This link here is quite important, and this basically gives you an idea of what the domain looks like. So you've got the main website, which is this bit here, the public HTML, and then the client tours, which is this bit here, and then you've got the next bit, which is the folder, which is this bit here, and that's towards the end there. So at the end of each domain, you just put a /index.htm, and then you'll be able to view your tour. So choose a destination to publish the tour to on the computer. So if I just double check that that's all okay, just go to publish tours, and then this is where on my computer where I store all of my published tours. So bespoke sound and visions, can't talk. Select folder and then click on publish. It's really quick at publishing. So there we go, all done. So now what we'll do is we'll come into FileZilla, and you'll notice here that if I click refresh, these times here, this is the time that I updated it earlier on this morning, a couple of hours ago. So if we click refresh, there we go, those times here have changed. So what we want to do now is, let's say we were creating this tour from scratch. I can't create a new one, otherwise it's going to ruin my client's tour for them. But let's imagine that this wasn't here, this folder. What you would do is come to your public HTML, the root folder, and then take, I'll just go up one here as well, publish tours, and then drag bespoke sound and vision into client tours. Okay, but as we've already got files in here, we're going to highlight all of them, drag them over into here, and then I want to overwrite if the source is newer, because there are going to be newer sources now. If you want to completely update the tour, if you've got any bugs or anything like that, then you can completely overwrite it just by clicking overwrite there. But I'm going to do overwrite if source is newer and just apply this to this current queue, and click OK. And you'll see here, this is the hosting, how quick it is. Rapid. I'm very, very pleased with this 20i as a hosting company. And there we go, we are all done. So I'll just minimize that, open up my browser and go tools, and then do, I can't remember what it was. Come here. Right, copy, paste. Okay, there we go. So we're all done. So we should be able to go into the little demo room here and see the changes that we made to this bit. Just double check that. Yep, there we go. And then we've got the other info windows here. I was actually thinking about putting a moving video on this screen, but it's difficult to find a decent movie that I can use without being busted for copyright. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much it. So I hope you guys found that really, really useful. And I personally think that hosting tours yourself is beneficial, because for me it means that I can keep all of my virtual tours under my own domain. So my virtual tours show up as nickpowerphotography.com/client tours/ then the company name. So yeah, it's a good thing for SEO for me as well, so I can keep track of how many hits my tours are getting. So yeah, I hope that was really great, and I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I will speak to you again soon. Take care, bye.